I have my reasons for why I don't do certain things. I have my reasons for why I do certain things. Everybody has their reasons. It's okay. Let people live. Please. Just go on about your day. Leave the judgment at the door. We don't need no hateration. We don't need no holleration. In this dancery. I remember for a long time though, growing up, I used to think, all right, only bad people do this. Only good people do this. So if I'm trying to strive to be a good person, then I'm gonna just do these things and not do these things, right? When it comes to cussing, drinking, and smoking, if you cuss, that has no bearing on whether you're a good or bad person. If you drink, that has nothing to say about your character as a human being. If you smoke, that means nothing about your moral being. If you want to cuss, go ahead. If you want to drink, go ahead. If you want to smoke a little, smoke. You want to drink a little, drink. You want to cuss a little bit, go ahead. I'm not the one to be judging nobody. It serves nobody. I can remember though when I want to say I was like 11 years old, maybe 11. Yeah, like 10, 11 years old. And I first learned how to cuss. Between the ages of 0 to about 9.5, I was like, okay, these are the words that we shouldn't be saying. Okay, let me catalog this and put this in the back pocket. Just for when I'm gonna need it for later, who knows, right? Then I get into about 10, 11 years of age, and I'm thinking, yo, this whole cussing thing, tastes kind of good when I said it like that. Tastes kind of different. I kind of like this. But then the older I got, by the time I was really getting into like 15, 16, 17, something switched. Well, I was like, there's so many different words in the English language that I could use to express myself. There's so many ways that I can communicate without potentially offending somebody with a word that they might not be comfortable with. There is a way for me to joke and it'd be okay if there's a 7-year-old in the room and I'm conversing with adults. That's cool. I now know too many vocab words. I now know so many other ways to speak without using these 7 or 8 or 9 or 15 specific words that'll make somebody say, if I had pearls out, I'd clutch them. With that being said, at no point in my life did I ever want to smoke or drink. There was always just this, and there was an element of me not wanting to disappoint my parents when I was younger and thinking like, if I smoke or drink, then I'm a bad person and I don't want to do that. And maybe this is like unchristian of me to do that. But if you look at my religiousness, my religious video, you'll see my qualms with religion and whatnot. But I was like, I don't want to do that. And I hated the smell of cigarette smoke. And nothing about beer was enticing in any way, shape, or form. It always smelled like something I didn't want to consume. When it came to me getting into like high school age and college age, when people was really thinking about, okay, maybe I do want to smoke a little bit of Mary Jane. Maybe I do want to take a couple sips of this liquor for real. I really wasn't with it. I was like, y'all got it. And it was funny, the farther along I got, in like 19, 20, 21, 22, people would ask me, yo, you drink? I'd be like, no. They'd be like, you smoke? No, I don't. And they'd be like, how do you survive? Like this. I just don't feel the need to do it. And there's a piece of it where I just didn't want to lose control of my bodily functions and my mental stability. And when you use substances, it alters your state of being. It's just chemistry and, just neuroscience. Like when your mind has something that's doing different things in it, it's gonna work differently. Cool. I just never felt the need to do it. When I turned 23, between 23 and 24, that was when I first experimented with edible marijuana. So I could probably count on two hands how many times I've consumed edibles. And it was a pretty cool experience. I did it in a very controlled space. I wasn't like at a party or anything. I'm just eat some gummy bears. Eat this little piece of chocolate. Have some cannabis in it. Cool. Tastes good. Some of the funniest times in my life came from when I had just eaten an edible. So much laughter. Oh my goodness. And the funny thing is, the only person who's ever seen me under the influence of marijuana is my girlfriend. So, like, nobody, like, none of that was a social event where it's like at a party and, everybody drinking, smoking, doing what they're doing. I wasn't doing that. I was like, I'm gonna do this in the comforts of mine own home or in the comforts of mine own, space where it's very controlled and only gotta interact with one person, not 17. But I don't do that no more. it was a cool little experiment, but after about I want to say like the 8th time, maybe even less than that, maybe like after the 7th time I did, I was like, I don't want to do this no more, so I just don't. And that's cool. And if you love doing edibles, cool. If none of this is to shame anybody for doing anything. I'm just talking about my experience and just to show like not everybody cusses, drinks, and smokes. Like just straight up and down. Now I may say like the D word or the H word, right? But I ain't really out here trying to bash nobody's life with all of the words that SpongeBob and Patrick use when they use the dolphin noise. I just don't feel the need. I got a pretty expensive vocabulary if you ask me. So Cussin, drinking and smoking, I just don't feel the need to do it. Just don't feel the need. Now if you do it, cool. Fine by me. Fine by me. You go ahead and express yourself. You go ahead, do what you feel the need to do. But if you ask me about the best liquor or the best strain of Mary Jane or any illicit drug, I ain't got too much for you. That was all. Key point, don't judge people for sinning differently than you do. And if you don't come from a spiritual background, don't judge people for doing things that you don't do. Because everybody has their reasons. I have my reasons for why I don't do certain things. I have my reasons for why I do certain things. Everybody has their reasons. It's okay. Let people live. Please. Just go on about your day. Leave the judgment at the door. We don't need no hateration. We don't need no holleration. In this dancery, if you got that reference, more power to you. If you didn't, it's okay. So I'll leave you with this. Please don't judge others for having different dimensions than you. We're all multi-dimensional, and that is okay.